one.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dounya, and I'm an NSC intern.
Hi, my name is Dan, and I'm also an NSC intern.
And today we will be talking about comparatives and superlatives. So you're probably wondering, what are comparatives? Comparatives are used when you are comparing two things, two objects, two people. You're describing to someone that this thing is greater, bigger, shorter, smaller than this thing, So in order to do that, you add er to the adjective used to describe the object, the thing, the person. And that shows the person you're talking to that one thing is more of something than the other thing. So let's give you an example. For example, here, in this chart, they use black as an adjective. And the comparative form of black is blacker. Look, they add er right here. They add er to the adjective to make a comparative. So let's see these two birds, for instance. This bird is black. And this bird is blacker than this bird. Blacker than bird one. Okay? So this is bird one. Bird one is black. This bird right here is blacker than bird one. Why do we use then? It's because you're trying to connect the adjective to the other object you're talking about to compare the two. So you say then what? Then the first bird. Okay? So Dan, can you give me another example using comparatives?
Sure. So say I have these two bowls. I have a white bowl and a blue bowl. Now, this white bowl is pretty small, and this blue bowl is pretty big. So if I want to compare these two bowls, I can say that the blue bowl is bigger than the white bowl. Another thing I could say is that the white bowl is smaller than the blue bowl. Both mean the same thing, and both sentences compare this bowl to this bowl.
Wow, that's a great example, Dan. So like you said, that blue bowl is really big, right? And the white bowl is really small. But when you're comparing them to each other, right, you added the er to the adjectives you used to describe them.
Yes.
And you added then too. Okay, great. So the blue bowl, as you said, is bigger than the white bowl. Very good.
Can we do one more example?
Yeah, let's do another example.
Okay, so say I asked you, Dounya, how old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
Oh, now I'm 20 years old.
Dan is 20 years old.
So I could say, I am older than Dounya.
Wow. So
Dounya, what could you say?
Well, I would say I am younger than you, Dan.
Okay, so even though we're both young, I am older than Dounya, and Dounya is younger than me.
Yes, because I'm 19.
And I'm 20.
And 19 is younger than 20. It's a smaller number than 20. So
here's one more example. I have these two plants. This plant is very tall, and this plant is very short. So I can say that plant 1 is taller than plant 2. I can also say that plant 2 is shorter than plant 1.
Then plant 1. That's a very good example, Dan. Wow. Well, that actually leads us into discussing superlatives.
It does. It does.
Because we can describe more than two things, right?
I think we can.
In relation to one another.
So we have the white bowl and the blue bowl, right? So say we added this red bowl. So this red bowl is bigger than the white bowl, but it is smaller than the blue bowl. Now, say we wanted to talk about all three of these bowls in the same sentence. We could say that the blue bowl is the biggest of the three bowls. Another thing we could say is that the white bowl, this one right here, is the smallest of all three bowls.
So, Dan, what you were saying is, first of all, you weren't comparing just two things. You had three bowls.
Mm-hmm.
So superlatives are used with more than one object, more than one thing, right? More than one person. And the one thing you did that was different than comparatives is that you used the before the adjective, and the adjective here is small, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you put est at the end of the adjective. So in order to make a superlative, you have to put est at the end of the word, the adjective.
Yes.
And you have to put the before the adjective. That's what makes it a superlative. And you said that big, can you show me the big blue bowl again?
Here's the big blue bowl.
Yeah, that bowl, if you only used, remember in the first part of this, when we were talking about comparatives, you said that this big bowl was bigger than the white bowl, right? Okay, and when you added the third bowl, where's the third bowl?
Right here.
Yep, so there's the red bowl, and you said it was in the middle, like it was in between in size.
Exactly.
So because of that, you described to me that the blue bowl was the biggest of all the bowls. And the white bowl right there is the smallest of all the bowls. The smallest, the biggest, right? Good, good. Those were wonderful examples. And yeah, so actually, in order to end this lesson, let's also show another example with trees. I'm going to stop sharing and I will show you. Ready? Okay. Do you see the trees?
Yes, I do. I see three.
Yes. So this tree right here is very short.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? This tree right here is taller than tree 1. This tree right here is the tallest of all the trees.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even though tree 2 is taller than tree 1, the third tree, tree 3, is the tallest of all of them.
Correct.
Huh.
So that is an example of comparative usage, superlative usage in this picture. because this tree is actually the shortest. The shortest, look, I'm using a superlative because there's 3 trees. The shortest of all the trees. And this tree is the tallest of all the trees. And this tree is just taller than this tree. 2 objects, 2 trees, right? Let's end this lesson and let our peers know, whoever's watching, that you can find a lot more on comparatives and superlatives if you go on YouTube and you look up comparative instruction or superlative instruction. We will also hopefully have the links to those YouTube videos posted as well. So
Thanks for listening.
thank you.